anniversary month this year. We can't believe it's been a year since we started sharing the journey with you all. And as a thanks to everyone who's found us along the way, we have lots of goodies planned for January. First off, we have new merch dropping January 1st. We have 4 brand new designs, including Thiel's Magpie Shop logo and a Bad Bitch Little Bitch design. And for the entire month of January, everyone can get a 10% off our entire shop with the code ROLL4DISCOUNT. And that's ROLL, the number 4, discount. Second off, all of our January Patreon content will be released for free on the main feed, so everyone can get a taste of what it's like to be a patron. And for our patrons, we're running a giveaway. Anyone who joins our Patreon by January 31st, including free tier patrons, will be entered to win. The prize? Buttons made by Artemis. You'll get each of the boys, the Ouroboros symbol, the Roll for Focus symbol, and more. And we're starting 2 new segments in January. Patience tier and up patrons will get access to a new segment we're calling Side Tangents, where once a month you can listen to 2 or 3 of us run a mini campaign, sometimes exploring new systems. And our Play to Your You patrons get access to our off-topic segment, where the whole gang runs side campaigns. We can't thank you guys enough for listening to and supporting us. Thanks!
Hello everyone, welcome to Roll for Focus. With me today I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I'm playing the little bitch Rocane, who's the little bitch fighter, pronouns he, him.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'm playing our lovely single dad Leonin Egan, pronouns he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them, playing Zealous, the tiefling sorcerer, pronouns he, him.
And I'm Emily, pronouns they, them. I play everyone else in the world. Even Bob.
But you must have the fancy hat.
I must
to
have the fancy hat.
And I must take the fancy hat off if I am anyone but Bob.
Because only Bob is fancy hat.
Only Bob. Right now my DM screen is Bob.
What about Barbara?
Barbara needs a fancy
Ascot.
And I don't own an ascot, so I guess we'll never see Barbara.
You didn't own a hat.
You bought a fancy hat explicitly for Bob. You can buy an ascot for Barbara.
See the things my players make me do.
Fuck you.
Last time
We hung out at Inn.
Yeah. They got told a story.
Well, we read a story. We didn't get told a story.
That's true. Got a story about Lucky. Rocane gave up some of his abilities to get a tattoo.
Tattoo gun.
Needle.
Tattoo
Yeah.
needle.
Yeah, tattoo needle. Zealous got his boyfriend a bow.
Egan and Rocane got an amulet of health.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Everything's fine. Oh, yeah, and there's this spirit of the mountain who's dying. That's also happening.
And they were real concerned we abandoned them.
Oh, we told Grolen the truth about
And
all
we
the
told
Ichor.
Grolen the truth about the Ichor and everything that's been going on thus far. So he's processing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, and I didn't roll for my shadow at the start of the day, so I need to do that real quick. 12. That's a nat 1. Thankfully, that's just for my shadow. So odds, I do have my shadow today. And on the D12... 12, I get advantage on all rolls until our next long rest. Hot damn. You gave this to me. Don't give that what the fuck look.
Why do I do the things that I do?
Does that mean you're going to get sneak attack on everything?
Advantage on attack rolls.
Just fucking.
It's only once per turn, so.
Well, yeah.
Can't be every attack, but auto advantage on all my attack rolls. It says advantage on all rolls.
You might want to tweak that later.
It's just for today.
because it
There's
only has-
also some shitty ones on here.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they're not all good things. There's also bad things on this list.
Yeah, I think 1 is the opposite of that of
Yeah,
disadvantage.
if I roll a 1 on the d12, it's disadvantage on all rolls. So yeah, I have my shadow still. No explanation needed for Grolen of, oh, you suddenly don't have a shadow. And I still don't know what it's doing for me.
You're just gonna feel a little luckier today.
You feel ready. You feel on your toes.
Tippy toes.
I'm always on my toes. Because of my cat feet.
Yes, I got the joke. See, if I made a joke like that, the look Cody would give me.
It's only okay when I do it. It's okay when I do it.
Take a seat.
I'm already sitting.
All right, then you're
Fuck
not on
you.
your toes now, are you?
Yes, I am. As I put just my toes on the ground. Anyway, I have my shadow today still. So there's no retcon needed. I have my shadow like a normal person today. So we were just walking into Bob's shop to meet with Rokane, who had already been in Bob's shop.
Buying
Doing
the
nothing.
tattoo needle.
Buying the LifeWell tattoo needle.
Yeah.
Bob just looks a little surprised, but like, hey there.
Morning. We just wanted to stop in and thank you for the story as well. We know Rokane probably already did, but we wanted to extend that thanks as well.
I enjoyed the pictures.
Oh, I'm glad. I worked real hard on those.
I mean, these are actually like the first pictures we've seen of these people, so it's really nice.
We haven't known a lot about them before this. We've been trying to learn more, but
Well, I'm glad. I'm not exactly an artiste, but
I think you did a good job. Yeah. Were you wanting to try to get or see if we can get the armor or what for that?
potentially. I know you gave a roundabout what cost of the other thing I was looking at was. About what would you want for... I understand this is quite the piece.
it's quite the piece. The story attached to it. I'm sure if I dug deeper, there'd be other stories too. That's just the first one that.
The most
you
easily...
can get more stories from them?
Not always, but I have a feeling that this is one I could.
tap more for. That was just the most easily accessible one.
Yeah. It I'm not gonna lie, it'd be hefty, and I don't think I'd be willing to take anything other than permanent
That makes sense.
removals for that. And if it was a memory, it'd have to be a hell of a memory. If it was a person, it'd have to be someone moderately important. Maybe a couple dozen words.
A couple dozen words. Like you take our knowledge of a word?
You would no longer be able to say that word.
Oh. That's a
But
new one.
it'd be a hefty amount of words, because words aren't as valuable as skills, memories, people.
And it depends on the word, I imagine.
Yes. And some words do hold more weight than others. But nah, that'd be a pretty hefty price.
Understandable, given what it is.
I don't know if we'd be able to do that right now.
I don't think so, no.
What I can do is I can try to keep it around, but again, sometimes
They
Things just go.
things just go. It doesn't mean they won't come back.
If you could potentially put it on hold, yes, or at least keep an eye out for it to return,
Yeah, no problem.
that would be helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If nothing else, maybe Caxus has something worthy of a trade in the artifact room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But we'd have to go.
Yes,
Go looking.
it would be a we don't know when we would be able to make that trade, but that we might be able to find something of equivalent value to trade for it.
Well, I'll do my best. I can't make any promises, but while it's here, I'll make sure that it's, it's set aside for you, and
You'll set it aside again if it disappears and comes back.
exactly.
That's the most we can ask for right now, I suppose.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. The only thing that seems to consistently remain is Scooch, and that's because Scooch
Chooses to stay.
chooses to stay.
I feel like if Egan's close enough to Scooch, it's one of those like offer Scooch his hand to sniff sort of thing, but that's about it.
Scooch blinks at you, and very quickly one of his tendrils sort of like lashes out, not in like an aggressive way, but in a like,
Don't touch me, but are you dangerous sort of way.
like touches you to like check you out.
He just holds still and lets him.
Yeah. And then draws back.
It's all right, buddy. I'm not trying to take your shield.
Yeah, kind of
Just make friends.
blinks at you again. But yeah, you didn't make any move towards the shield, so.
Again, just offering hand to sniff like you do with animals.
Well, can I get you anything else today?
No. Oh, well, what showed up after we took the bow and the amulet yesterday?
Oh, this headband and this horn.
Do you know what they do?
Or the story behind them, like you sort of did with the others.
Oh, yeah. So the horn belonged to not just one person, sort of passed down through like this druidic coven of sorts. And it's pretty interesting from what I can see. It obscures the area, but only for those that you choose, so it gives you a bit of an advantage in a fight. And then that over there is something, you've probably heard of or seen before. It's a headband of intellect. But the story behind that is that it was worn by what people thought was a very, very intelligent army commander who was actually dumb as rocks.
But the headband will do what the headband will do.
Exactly. But he did some great stuff with that. He did some not great stuff, though, too. Not everyone's a hero. They're just notable.
Put the headband on Noodle.
Effectively awaken him without awakening him.
No, I don't think we're gonna do that.
No, yeah. It was the first thing that popped in my head.
Took me a moment to realize who you're talking about.
Ramen was
Yeah.
their name, not Noodle.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's at that point Egan goes to ask about like the life well tattoo. It's like, and did you consider any more? And then sees where it was empty. It's like, never mind. Kind of glances at Rogaine, glances at
There's that like, damn it.
glances at Bob. Did the needle disappear in the night?
No, okay about it. You didn't say it was
Nope, he didn't. But then it's just like he slaps his face. Just like, ugh.
Just
Trying to hide that or something, Rocaine?
Not entirely.
all right.
Start digging into his bag to pull it out. Walk over to Egan and offer it to him. I got it for you.
Oh, well, thank you, Rogaine. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you didn't trade too much for it, but he will take it.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to talk about it now because it came out wrong.
It's clear he's not. It's like, again, it's one of those. I'm gonna touch base with him about that later. I'm just gonna say thank you and tuck that away for now.
Very much just like here. Just like throwing his own little temper tantrum.
Wanted it to be cool and sentimental, and now it's not.
Yep.
I wanted to actually think about what I wanted to say about it.
Yep.
Well, I think we mostly just wanted to thank you for Lucky's story and just see what else appeared. But
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
But we will see you again the next time we come to inn, I suppose.
Whenever that is.
Well, I look forward to it.
It's nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you
Offer
guys
hand
too.
shake.
Handshakes, anyone who's willing to shake hand.
Egan will shake, yeah. And perhaps the next time we see each other, we'll have something for Lucky's armor.
Hopefully it's here.
If it's here, yes. Who knows? Maybe something of one of the others will
Show up.
appear as well.
But we really appreciate the story. That's almost as good as the armor, I think.
Absolutely.
Good. I hope it helps.
It gives us more than we had, which is helpful.
Things to consider too with it. But yeah, I think we need to
Head out and help Quoran, yes.
Kind of gives you a thumbs up and a smile and
Just kind of gives him a nod, and I guess they make their way out of Bob's shop.
wave
Rokane's
bye to
first
Bob.
out. Yep, Rokane was the first to leave.
Sorry, Rokane, that it did not work out the way you wanted.
It's fine. I thought it was actually going to work in his favor. Like, all right, what are the new things you get? Okay, cool, let's leave.
Egan wasn't gonna not ask if Bob had considered his offer on
Yeah.
that, since he wanted it, and they were gonna talk about it, and then he was like, oh, it's not there anymore.
which, like, hey, totally possible it just disappeared. But then surely something else.
Would have taken its place, theoretically.
Yeah.
If you had only stepped out of the room.
It didn't happen, now did it?
Nope.
I mean, in a way, the question probably still would have come up of it's not there anymore. Something else is in its place, but the options are someone bought it and only Rokane that I know of has been here, or it disappeared in the night, like you said things do.
Yeah.
Rokane just might have not been in the room when that question arose.
And Bob still would have said, "Oh, Rokane
Yeah,
bought
Rokane
it."
bought it. It
Yeah,
still would have
unless
been
Rokane said, hey, Bob, don't tell them I bought it, but
I didn't
Rokane
think
did
about
not.
Yeah, I didn't think about trying to keep it a secret.
Despite
Yeah.
the fact that you wanted to keep it a
Yeah.
secret.
not a
But
long
Bob
term.
would have no grasp on that being a needed thing.
No, it's completely understandable. Rokane fucked up.
I think since he did get it for himself, like kind of after they step out, it's like they're getting the rest of their stuff together, and Egan is going to apply the tattoo. And I think it's just kind of a, given the wording is, you hold the needle to your skin where you want the tattoo to appear, it's kind of a just, he doesn't know where else to go it, so he just kind of puts it against the like inner forearm of his left arm for whatever the Lifewell tattoo looks like to appear.
Putting it on your chest.
No, it's
Can
on his arm.
Make up the appearance yourself.
No, yeah.
As you're doing that, Zealous is probably watching, like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool."
Just kind of goes and takes a seat, kind of looks it over, and then, applies it to his inner forearm.
Should you put on the amulet too?
It's like, potentially. Unless, did you want that, Rokane, especially since you got the tattoo for me? And we bought the amulet together.
Could have helped you bought the tattoo. I offered that yesterday.
He wants to talk, but Zealous is there.
I think Grolen, who was kind of on the side, kind of sees what's going on because he's an insightful guy. He's like, hey, Zealous, I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and kind of brings
Drags Zealous to the other side of the room.
Didn't even have to drag. Just like, "Oh yeah, come over here."
Oh, yeah.
I have so
walk
many
away.
questions, but all the crazy shit you just told me 15 minutes ago.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll try to answer them. I don't know if I'll be any good, but I'll try.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
My insight's a -1. I don't know this shit.
I like the odd kinship Egan and Grolen are forming.
There's... Rokane doesn't know how to start this conversation. Like, yes, he wants it, but he also feels weird asking for it now.
Well, you're not asking for it. Egan offered it. And he, after it applies the tattoo, kind of... I think the needle disappears, technically, but kind of flexes the arm before pulling the amulet out of the bag of holding.
I don't know, he just still feels real awkward. Like, he wants to say something. He just doesn't know where to go with it. And I hate this because he had a whole plan, and it's gone out the window again, like every other thing.
Egan's kind of just sitting here with the amulet held out to him, so it's
Oh,
kind
you're
of
holding it out to
like
it?
he got it out.
Oh.
It's like, do you want it? Rogaine?
I mean, if you don't want it, then yeah.
It's like, it's fine if you want to wear it. If we get to a point where it would make more sense for one of us others to have it, it's fine. We can trade it off then. But for now, there's no reason you can't take it.
Yeah, then he'll offer his hand out and throw it on his other necklace, too.
And yeah, he'll place the amulet in his hand. No problem. I do appreciate you going out of your way to get that.
Starts twiddling with his thumbs, just like, yeah, it was not a big deal. It was something I wanted to do.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Kind of gives him his usual clap on the shoulder of, I know you feel weird, but here is some affection.
I need to test something for myself, and we're going to do a 50-50 because he's not sure.
Okay.
He kind of leans for like, I don't know how to explain. Like he's just gonna.
He doesn't like tense up or pull away from it for once. He kind of like welcomes it to a degree, whether it's consciously or not.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm getting used to this, and I don't hate it as much as I originally did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think kind of feeling Rogaine lean into it, he gives just like one extra squeeze before pulling his hand away. It's like, okay, that conversation is seemingly done for now, and that's fine.
We wanted more. There was gonna be more.
And if Rogaine decides to say more things, he can, but
Bob ruined it.
every time you're like, Rogaine wants to have this deep talk, he comes into it, and either he or you clam up about it.
Yeah. It just didn't go the way he wanted it to go, so he's just like,
That's fine.
no talk now.
You're just finding excuses to not have to bear your emotions, basically.
And this isn't bite marks, so I can't force a spill move.
No.
Actually, yeah, Cody will
Roll a persuasion check.
2d6. That's all you get.
Well, I get advantage, so...
I think it's very obvious there's definitely more
No,
to be said.
And I think to Egan, it's obvious half of why he clammed up is because Zealous is lurking somewhere. Even if he's not actively listening, he's within earshot if he was paying attention, sort of thing.
yeah, you guys like turn over to where Grolen and Caxus
Axis. Axis get here.
Grolen and Zealous are so he kidnapped you, but he's a good guy.
Yes, I mean, I probably would have died if he hadn't, so...
I think kidnap might be the wrong word then.
No, but it's a funnier connotation.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I was hung up on it for a couple of days, but once you kind of learn everything else, it's like, okay, well, that's got to go to the bottom of the pile here. And then it stops being important, really, besides the fact that it happened.
Yes.
I mean, I can't use the word kidnap for my mother because then she would freak out, but everybody else. Feel like you're still processing?
Definitely. That
Yeah.
was a lot.
We've had the benefit of this was spread out over several days for us. We just kind of gave it all to you at once.
This plus the magical inn.
Yeah, this is new to us too. We didn't know about this before.
Plus the mountain being alive.
I mean, you kind of a little before on that. I mean, I know it's different than when you meeting the
It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a plus a bunch of people I care about dying in my village. So it's been a lot.
I'm sorry.
It's been kind of a shit week, Zealous. Don't get me wrong, you're a beautiful spot of sunshine in it. Been kind of a shitty week.
Why? I do think Zealous kind of smiles a little bit like, You know what? If I can continue being the spot of sunshine, maybe it'll make your week a little better. I know it won't make up for everything, but...
No, to make up for everything, you just, I don't know, have to give me a kiss, bring me on a date.
I feel like that's about the time that Egan's wrapping up, and Egan's just shaking his head to himself.
Gross.
That might have to be a rain check.
Got it.
Are we about
We'll
ready to head
what
out?
happens here first. What?
Are we about ready to head out?
I'm ready. What about you?
Ready as I'll be.
Quoran seemed understandably insistent we hurry, so... I believe there was a water backup we were going to investigate once we rested.
Yes, we were going to do that.
And hopefully Quoran will remember to kind of lead us like they promised.
So if they're having a hard time, that may not be at the top of the...
Yes, but...
Possibly, yeah, but it'll be faster if they do, but...
Yeah.
Because, you said you weren't quite sure where this, like, the heart, this stuff...
No,
Yeah.
especially because who's to say what Quoran discovers the hut.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all leave.
Bye, Wendy. Thank you for the coffee.
Yes, thank you, Wendy.
Bye, Wendy.
Tell Dabo we say thank you too.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys be safe out there.
We'll do our best. And
We'll try.
We'll see you the next time we need you.
Will do.
Yeah, then go out into cavern.
Back into the dark.
Right
dank.
before the door, like he exits the inn, Rokane's taking a deep breath, letting out a sigh, and putting a smile on his face.
Oh no.
He's gonna try to be nice.
Oh no.
That's weirdly terrifying. Especially because we're in an empty cavern with just the four of us, and now he's smiling out of nowhere.
He's pulling a Rokane and trying to put on another mask.
When we get a small distance away from inn, but still in the cavern, Zealous is going to turn around and look to see if it's still there or if it has already poofed.
It is still currently there.
Okay.
I'm sure once like out of eyesight,
Well, he didn't
Or
know.
once we leave, it might leave.
like the vicinity. Yeah.
But again, he didn't know. So they're just like, nah, well, it doesn't happen instantaneously. Okay.
Well, Dabo said it showed up when it was needed or we were in danger. We are technically still in danger.
Yeah. Maybe backtrack to where we were before we decided to come here.
Sounds about right. That means we'll have to go through that real tight spot.
That's all right.
Hey, Rokane.
Oh god damn it!
Why are you goddamning a white stone?
Because he's not being a good person. Well, I mean, he is, but he's pulling a Rokane
You guys
again.
are the ones who are
I got another
describing
stone.
morality to these.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You are doing something for the benefit of others. Even if it is not good or healthy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't Egan have gotten a ton of white stones though with Theo?
I think, to be fair, we bettered each other there. What?
Actually, honestly, you did some nasty things.
Holds up the white and black stones.
The buckets, yeah. On the comment of we'll have to
Because you
go.
were selfless, but you were selfish.
I'm a giver. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys.
Squeeze through the opening we broke through earlier.
Yeah.
Egan at the back again.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
We made
This
it through
time just
once.
because he's the biggest and
Yeah.
doesn't want to get everyone caught in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think near the end, there's definitely a part where, like, once you're out, you're sort of tugging the next person out. and Egan requires, like, 2 people to kind of tug.
Yeah.
Rokane can help with that.
So can Zealous.
I would say Rokane's not making any qualm, like, throwing a fit about being behind anyone or being next to anyone.
Oh, good, because Zealous was probably second, since Grolen
Yeah.
would be leading.
Yeah, so you had to help pull Rokane out, and then Rokane had to turn around and help that, and he didn't.
Rokane probably had the least amount of needing help
Yeah,
to get
I mean,
out.
yeah, he's the smallest.
I'm also picturing, like, while Rokane had, like, Egan's hand, Dono was, like, tugging on the bottom of Egan's jacket.
Aww.
Helped.
You did. Thank you, Dono.
All right, shall we?
Keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna draw maps. We're gonna have fun with markers.
Smelly markers.
I'm gonna draw potato.
A russet potato.
No, a Macintosh potato.
Fingering is the way to go. Anyway,
Incorrect.
see you soon. Bye.
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 Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocus-podcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our hyperfocus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episode and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, us playing games in and out of character. You can suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world. There's some fun canon-adjacent shenanigans and backstory info you can find. And we have 2 mini campaigns running. For patients and higher tiers, we have our first side tangent campaign called The Pilgrimage. Emery and I are running a Tales of the Valiant game where a Beastkin war cleric of the trickster god Nakresh is on her very first official pilgrimage. What could go wrong? And Play to Your U tier gets our first off-topic campaign called Clean Slate. It's a quote-unquote blank sheet D&D campaign. What does that mean? You'll have to listen to find out. And we're enacting our very first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 paid tier patrons, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
Hi everyone, welcome back.
We drew a map.
Yeah,
we
map
actually drew
looks
2
good.
maps.
Oops,
We
sorry.
hope you had a great break. Went to the bathroom, got some snacks.
None of that which we did. We drew a map.
We drew a map.
Or Artemis drew a map while the rest of us just kind of sat around.
Yeah.
Can't really have 2 people drawing a map, then it gets messy.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
line
it.
up.
Falls into too many cooks. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. I drew the original map.
Yeah.
did?
Yes, Emery drew the original map.
And now we got all our tokens on the board, and it's fucking funny because Grolen and Rogaine are
Rogaine.
still the little like game board token pieces
Yeah, the
that
little
we write
plaque
on.
pieces we use, whereas Zealous and Egan are their actual tokens. And Dono is an actual token now.
And yeah, the plaque tokens are just so much taller. Up, down, up, down.
Hell, even fucking Zealous is bigger than Egan now with their tokens. But yes, we're heading downtown, faces fast, moving fast, and we're
I don't know
homebound.
if we're moving that fast.
I
Nor
don't know we're going homebound either.
But we're heading back towards the reservoir that
we-
Grolen mentioned was not normally as high as it is right now.
Deedly doodly.
Yep. Have we heard any whistles from Quoran?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
But we also haven't been going very long yet.
No, but we'll see what happens.
So are you approaching it cautiously?
Yes.
Yeah.
I say Grolen's leading the way.
I was about to say, I don't know if it's like stealth check cautiously, but we're not just like charging in there.
Ooh, ooh, ah.
I mean, it is up to you if you want to go full stealth check cautious.
Unless somebody suggests that would not be what Zealous is doing.
And they have no reason at the moment to assume there's anything to stealth upon.
Yeah.
But yes, we are cautiously approaching the reservoir.
Because I'm assuming Grolen is leading cautiously as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's up to the DMPC on if we stealth or not.
And
Unless it's suggested, no.
No. They're just moving slow but steady sort of vibe.
And this is, as Cody mentioned, we noted this reservoir was a lot fuller previously when we were heading this way to go down to the cavern.
So we know something's wrong with it. We just don't know what's wrong with
Yeah.
it.
So we will slosh our way carefully over there because we're in water now.
Not super deep water, but water.
No,
More
but we're
water
still
than should be
sloshing.
here. Yeah.
Slosh, slosh, slosh.
As you get closer, go ahead and make investigation checks. Nat 20.
My wooden die rolled me a nat 20.
For the first time, I think.
Not for the first time.
On the wooden die? Oh.
It's rarely, but sometimes nice to me. but that makes it a 22.
I got a 15.
I got a soft 20.
All right. Well, all of you, as you're approaching this reservoir, two things. One, there is a this way whistle from the direction of 7B.
So
Needing to backtrack.
north of us.
Yeah, we passed a crossroads and we just kept going forward east. But it's coming back north passageway.
Yes. And in the water, you see what looks like a foot poking out of it.
Lovely. Delicious.
Like a human foot?
Humanoid.
Okay. Is it moving?
Not currently.
Yeah, I think Zealous is going to kind of tap Grolen on the back, like, could that be another gaunt one?
I mean, I guess it could be, but that...
Not their usual style.
No. They don't exactly just float on their back and let their foot hang out.
Should we see if the foot is attached to more of a body?
I can see if my dog skull can pull it over.
Worth a try?
From over Grolen's shoulder, Zealous will cast Dog Skull, which is Mage Hand.
Yep.
And it'll, black. Dog Skull comes flying out and goes and kind of gently clasps its teeth around the foot.
And then if it's under 10 pounds,
It
I can
is
pick
not.
it up.
Okay, so tugs on it.
You see, I think it moves enough that you see that there is a whole ass leg attached to the foot.
I don't think I can pull that back. It's not doing anything to resist the tugging.
Nope.
Okay. I can't pull that back with the dog skull. That's too heavy. And I think he'll kind of wave his hand and the dog skull will dissipate into just smoke vapors.
So we ignore it.
Oh,
Or...
Proceed with caution and try to unclog whatever's
Yes.
clogged.
I hope it's not clogged by this thing.
One way to find out.
Well, even if
Can we walk in there, or is
a
it going to
body
get really
in there
deep?
could just be raising the...
Water level?
Thank you.
Are we able to walk in here, or is this a swimming?
You're still able to walk, but as you get to that circular room, it is like waist deep.
Oh,
Like-
lovely.
That's fine. Zealous doesn't mind.
And you do see some wisps of black.
not a whole lot though.
Not a ton.
Kind of like the last.
Kind of
room we
like
were
the
in.
last one, maybe slightly more, but not concerningly more.
Is this another place then we should try the gauntlet? I didn't think it would even work last time in water, but Rokaine got it.
We can try, yes. I know at least one of yours is getting rather full. I can
Let's
try
go.
if you'd like.
One more.
If it needs
can-
two, like it did before.
I can give you tips on how to
Yes.
do it.
So Egan can attempt to kind of just like reach his gauntlet
Yeah.
in.
Which would be with disadvantage.
So flat.
So flat. Because, yeah, Egan hasn't
Done this before.
And I'm offering tips.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and make that Arcana check.
Zealous will be watching closely since
That's
he
a
also
10.
hasn't been doing this.
What?
Do you get a plus to that?
I rolled a 5 on the die.
Oh, damn.
Or, yeah, never mind. I rolled a 5 on the die, so that is just a 5. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's a 5 for an Arcana check.
That's not even a you can give
No.
me stones like the first time. Yeah,
No, that's fine.
That's an unbelievable failure.
No, yeah. You tried.
Should I try?
You're welcome to.
And I will then try to help you.
It won't work. Oh, shit! Oh, I rolled an 18.
Hey, there we go. Yes.
Thank you, dice. That was a nice surprise.
Yeah, I realized last minute I shouldn't have used my wooden die for that, but it's fine.
Your wooden die is very hot and cold on what it does for you.
Only ever since I grounded it.
You
It was
pissed
just it was
off.
just cold on me then before that.
So, This is not a living being, so it's hard. It's difficult. But with Vocane's help, you steadily manage to get some. But only one fills up. You think maybe you didn't get it all? You think you could maybe put more into it and get more? But that is my way of telling you I need one of each stone to fully get everything out of this.
Kind of like a feeling if I push a little harder, maybe I can...
Yeah, if you kind of dig deep.
I'll give that a try. I can get the stones out. Turned in a white and a black stone to hopefully get the rest of this.
And the rest of it absorbs.
And fills up 2 gems again.
Fills up 2 gems.
I think he'll kind of shake off his hand like, that was harder than I thought, but I think I got it all. At least I got 2 gems like Rocane.
The wisps clear up like it did the first
Yeah, I
time.
was saying, it probably looks like it's cleared. Or clean.
From what I can see, it looks like you might have gotten everything, yes. At least here.
Grolen kind of approaches, and you see that in this reservoir, he approaches, like, closer, and he instantly turns away and looks sick. He just goes, dead bodies of people that the animals took from my... And
I think Zealous will wade forward, kind of put a hand gently on Grolen's shoulder, but then keep going to the body to try to get it out.
yeah, so there are a few bodies. What you're probably thinking here is that they took the bodies that were dead, put them in ichor, then they'd become kind of what went after you that first time, Zealous.
Lovely.
Whether they're intelligent enough to really make that plan, or it's more of the ichor
Instinctual thing.
Yeah, instinctual thing. But that kind of seems what was happening. Like, it's not long enough. Like, some of them look a little bit more tainted, but you guys removing the taint has stopped whatever process was happening.
How many bodies are there?
About 5. And Grolen's not doing well. Grolen.
No, not asking.
These
Grolen.
are his friends and neighbors. He's
No, yeah. I think since Zealous is further forward actually looking at the bodies, Egan kind of just comes up behind Grolen, like squeezes the back of his neck.
Grolen turns around and you can see he's pretty teary-eyed.
No, yeah. Just kind of like gives that comforting squeeze, and I'm sorry you're having to deal with all of this.
It's a lot.
No, that's more than fair. Kind of looks over him to Zealous. Should we try to move them somewhere?
That's what I was thinking. We can, if it's okay, Grolen, maybe take them back to the big cavern and lay them out there.
Zealous and I can.
Yeah, no.
Might
we
be
can.
a bit hard with how tight it is.
If not to the big cavern, the room we came in through originally.
That's probably better.
Yeah.
That's closer to.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just take a minute. It's all right.
Oh.
So kind of goes around him to move to help Zealous start as respectfully and carefully as they can, pulling the corpse pile apart.
Yeah, like picking up one body at the time and cradling it carefully and
Carrying it too.
carrying them out.
other way,
Yeah. To back towards, what is that, 4B?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does Rocane stay with Grolen? Just
Rokan was going to offer to help as well.
I
Just
feel
make
like,
it
I feel
move
like
by
Dono
faster.
stays with Grolen. Like Egan's just like, just stay with Grolen for a minute, bud.
He's sad.
He is sad. Those are his friends.
Oh, I'll help.
Gives him a little pat.
And Donos goes to be a little emotional support dragon.
yeah. Takes bodies over to 4B, lays them out nicely, just
Respectfully.
yeah. I don't really have anything. I would like wanted a cloth to like put over their face, I think he's going to tear off an extra shirt and just kind of put the cloth over their faces. And once they get all the bodies out and do that, head back to... Probably walk around this reservoir area just to make sure there's not any others in there.
Yeah, and make sure there's nothing else, like the pack or anything we found before that's just floating around in here.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Nothing on that end.
Okay.
Like, you might find bits and bobs, but nothing that's, like, valuable. More like you find a shoe, you find a normal ring, you know.
No, and that's fine. And stuff like that might also get tucked away just in case anyone can claim, like jewelry, that kind of thing, of if that can be claimed with one of the corpses. But otherwise, does the reservoir kind of lower as we pull bodies out?
Oh, yeah. That was definitely what was...
Clogging it up, yeah.
And you... Grolen isn't waiting at the reservoir anymore, has kind of headed more towards 7B out of the water, so he's not just standing in waist-high water.
Yeah.
Where
maybe like up
his
this...
dead friends were floating.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get out of the way so we can move them all into, so he didn't have to see the parade of dead bodies, yeah.
Yeah.
Moved him up to the northern corridor that heads to 7B then.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, once they're done, rejoin him.
Do you need a moment?
I don't think a moment's gonna cut it, so we should just keep going.
All right.
Nods.
Kinda gives him another clap on the back and nods forward for them to continue. And takes Dono back so he can go back to his shoulder.
So you guys heading into 7B?
Yeah.
Yes. Into the lovely hexagon?
Roughly, yeah.
I was just trying to determine how many sides it was. But yes. Rough hexagon.
8 octagon.
Oh, 8. Yes, octagon.
But not a perfect octagon. It's got a really
That's
small...
why I wanted a correction. I was like, I think it's 6, but I can't count from here, and no one corrected me.
I counted it twice before correcting.
I didn't care enough whether it was an octagon or a hexagon. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
what am I taking?
are we going through 7B?
Oh, are you? Or are you going towards?
Well,
I
we
thought
went-
you guys were saying you were going in.
Well, we
Well,
got
just into this
to the-
trapezoid room.
Got it.
like
Give
we'll
that
go
back.
through there, but we're at that room. We need to investigate that room first. Like if we can pause and make the next map, if that's not the one we drew on the back.
No.
But yes, you go in. You see that there's another path that leads downwards. And then it seems that there's another small section that kind of goes down, which is where the 7B is.
Mm-hmm.
Is the path that goes downward the one that heads back west? You said one goes downward and then there's another one.
Yeah. What?
Did you do that thing where you're looking at your paper and it went down? It doesn't actually go further deeper into the cavern.
Yes.
That is west.
Yes. West. The double circle path.
Yeah, that's towards the west. So that was the first one.
The deeper is the
7B.
Yes.
Okay. Caverns are confusing, guys. Even when we're not really in one. But yeah, we'll take a look around this octagon area first, not heading down into 7B or into the
western
two
pathway.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
15.
11.
I got a 5.
And Dono got a nat 20.
Oh hell, can Ramen roll for investigation?
Yeah.
What the hell do I roll for that?
It's if he doesn't get a plus to it, it's just his intelligence modifier.
Okay. Ramen rolled better than me. Ramen got a 16. I got an 11. I feel like as Zealous is looking around, Robin hops off his shoulder and starts scurrying about too.
What'd you get for your investigation check, Mars?
I got a 5 in total. I rolled a 3.
You write down what we get on our rolls?
Sometimes, because I like to know what we got based on those rules.
So yeah, Rokane, you're just kind of like, let's do, you're a little focused on the goal.
Yeah.
Zealous, I think you're still trying to comfort Grolen a bit.
Probably not moving too far from Grolen, so it's
Yeah.
limiting what I'm doing.
Egan, you more notice the action of your animal companions. Of Ramen and Dono start digging together.
All right. What do you have there, Dono? Kind of steps over to them.
Ramen, did you find something?
And you see that they each have a very odd-looking disc coin. It's not like any currency you've ever seen, but it is coin-like. It's a little bigger than most, but
He kind of holds his hand out. Can I see that, Dono?
yeah, Dono drops the one that he has,
Yeah. Alice wants to look at the one Ramen has.
and Ramen will give the one that.
Kind of starts looking it over.
Yeah, it's thinner than your typical coin. It's sort of like a pressed penny, is kind of the vibe of like the size and the
Flatness.
flatness of it. There seems to be on the outer rim some sort of arcane symbols around each of the coin.
Arcane symbols.
This must be real tiny if this thing is flat like a flattened penny.
Yeah, like I said, maybe a little.
Again, it's wider. It's
Yeah.
just thin.
It's
But
just
if it's
thin.
on the rim,
Yeah, it is around the outside. Yes.
but on the flat face, not on the width
Not on the
part.
edge.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
on
was
the
saying.
on the flat face.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just picturing like on the
Oh yeah.
the actual edge. The width of the coin's edge thingy.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to try and make Arcana checks.
I will attempt.
Okay, you want to come take a look at this?
Sure.
But I will also Arcana as well, but kind of hold it out so Rokane can see it too.
I'll roll my Arcana.
That's a 14.
19!
15.
Zealous, you kind of look between the one that you have, the one that Egan has. They're not identical, but they're very similar, and you think, whatever these are, you can't be sure. But they are linked in some way. And you can sense, like, kind of the same magic vibe from each of them, but it's, you know, an Arcana check isn't an identifier. You're not sure what it does, but you're like, this is...
They're definitely magical. Grolen, do you recognize them?
No, never seen anything like them. They look old.
They seem... Feels like... I don't know how, but it feels like they're magic and they're like linked somehow. I don't know how though, and I don't know exactly what the symbols mean, but I can feel some kind of a little bit of magic, and they're similar.
Well, for now, we can put them in the bag of holding,
Yeah.
study them closer later.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea as any.
Especially if we don't know what they do, they might be safer in the bag of holding than just in a normal pack.
And keeping them together since they were found together, just in case.
Yes, especially if they're linked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a link, don't unlink them thing, but yeah.
But still.
Sounds good enough to me. That Caxus you've mentioned sounds like he's probably clever, could maybe help out. Or not, I don't know.
He knows a lot of stuff.
He'll be excited to try, if nothing else.
Fair enough.
Have we heard any other whistles now?
No, it's... Give me a vibe check of
An
the
insight
situation. So insight.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 10.
12.
18.
Nice.
There we go. Egan,
I have a +5 to my, to
You-
my insight.
you realize like the last whistle you heard was faint, which sounds like, yeah, obviously it would be faint. It's away, but like none of their whistles from before sounded like, because they're everywhere, so it's not like
It sounded weak.
it sounded weak. So you think that perhaps
That might have been their last ditch of come this way, but I'm losing the strength to do this.
they're having a rough time, and it might be something where they can rally, but they're not doing a lot. It's I'm trying to help, and yeah, you don't think like, oh, I'm not remembering to do this. You think it's a energy thing.
Okay.
As much energy as a mountain can have. Probably is distracted fighting on one end, so it's like, I can't lead you and fight off this.
And fight off the infection, yeah. All right. Well, if this was the direction Quoran had us coming before, shall we continue?
We don't know if it was heading in this direction, go deeper, or heading in that direction, go down there.
Have you ever been in this area before?
I have, but, again, it can be a little hard. And, you know, there's never been a giant building here before either, but I think deeper into the cave kind of gestures where the Seven would be logically where we'd find more water, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing. I don't know where Corn was trying to lead us.
Yeah.
But if we're searching for water, that way would be the way to go. And nods towards the
Well, like
7B area.
everything else, if we need to circle back, we can. We need to clear out the caverns as a whole in general, but if we can find the source and take care of that first, cleanup might be easier. So I say we head deeper where the main water source may be.
Sounds fine to me.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, fine. Sounds like a plan. Since none of this is really fine.
All right. Kind of straightens up. Goes, fair warning, this is going to be a steep drop. And that is where we'll end our episode.
Why is it steep? Drop!
Find out next time on Roll for Focus. Campaign 1 Ouroboros. I don't know what this voice is.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Yu Yu Hakusho. Anyway.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We hope you had just as much fun listening as we did playing. And remember,
Play to your you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, if you haven't heard yet, we have a merch store now. It's got all kinds of cool stuff like character shirts for each of the boys, our Ouroboros logo, the Ouroboros logo with all the boys, and that one can come on a jacket too. If you want to rep our sage wisdom of play to your you can get that on a shirt or a jacket, and our Roll for Focus pill bottle logo on a shirt or a mug. And we have so many ideas for the future too. So if you want to support us some more and get some cool swag, go to ttrpgswag.com/pages/rollforfocus and check it all out. 50% of all profits go straight to us, while the other 50% go to TTRPG Swag for hosting and helping. Thanks! Thank you for listening to this episode of Roll for Focus from Campaign 1 Ouroboros. If you enjoyed it, please rate and review us wherever you listen, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and TikTok at Roll for Focus. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Miejik, also known as Fiesta TB. She can be found at linktree/Miejik, that's MEDEKH. Intro and outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bess. Background music is by Christopher Gallivan. If you want to do more to support us, for as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon. That's Patreon/Roll for Focus podcast. Get exclusive looks at character sheets, ad-free and early access to episodes, monthly extra content ranging from character backstories to games in and out of character to one-shots, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and anything else we think would be fun.
hey everyone, Thank you all so much for all the support you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
Snaps it.
You're next.
Join your friends!
I'm sorry, that's what I always think when somebody says squeeze the back of somebody's neck. I'm like, why is that ever comforting to people?
Because it's the back of their neck, not the front of their neck.
Yeah, you can snap the back of their neck.
Okay, Psycho. Can we move on, please?
But yeah,